Abortion, quality care and public health implications. Abortion. It is the termination of pregnancy by the removal or expulsion from the uterus of a fetus or embryo before viability. An abortion can occur spontaneously, in which case it is often called a miscarriage, or it can be purposely induced.
Abortion is a common experience for reproductive age women throughout the world. In the U.S., half of pregnancies are unintended, and when faced with an unintended pregnancy, half of U.S. women will choose to have an abortion. In 2008, 44 million abortions were done globally, and 1.2 million abortions were done in the United States. All health practitioners will encounter women with unintended pregnancies and will care for women who have had an abortion or will have one in the future. Despite its prevalence, abortion remains controversial and inaccessible for many women and often is omitted from clinical training. While abortion is safe when carried out by trained practitioners, nearly half of the abortions done in the world are unsafe. In many countries, unsafe abortion is a leading cause of maternal death, causing 47,000 women to die each year.
Types. It could be induced or spontaneous.
There are many methods of abortion, but the procedure depends on the size of the unborn child and the stage of the pregnancy. Medical abortions means that a woman takes a pill which makes her abort the baby. The surgical abortions means that a doctor will physically pull the baby out of the woman.
About the methods, it could be a medical abortion, that are those that are induced by abortifacient pharmaceuticals, and it could be the surgical method, that it will make up to 15 weeks gestation through a suction aspiration or vacuum aspiration, that are the most common surgical methods of induced abortion.
The child is being pulled in a downward direction by the abortionist's suction tip with the negative pressure applied to it, and the body is now being torn systematically from the head. The head of the child being this direction here. I am now outlining the child's head. The lower extremities have already been lost, and we see the suction tip flashing from time to time in the screen as a typhoon-like series of events. And the child is being tugged back and forth as the suction tip has now been applied to the body, and the abortionist is exerting his traction on the child in this manner. The child's head is still discernible here. The body is no longer discernible.
About the safety. The health risks of abortion depend on whether the procedure is performed safely or unsafely. The World Health Organization defines unsafe abortions as those performed by unskilled individuals with hazardous equipment or in unsanitary facilities. Are men affected by abortion?
I was involved in a pregnancy when I was way too young to be, and we made that decision together. And I mean, even today, this is like 10 years ago, even today there are times where, I think about it, and, it's one of those things that doesn't particularly put me in a good mood when I'm thinking about it. So, I have no idea how women relate to that, but I know that it was something that bothered me when it happened. And when I think about it 10 years down the line, It still bothers me.
Thanks.